there, it's Steve, New Homes Historian, and Richard. We're actually in City Waterside at the moment. We'll have to excuse any wind or anything. It's because it's quite windy today, isn't it? Looking at the development, just going to look over the other side of the development. As you can see, we've got the canal running down here now. And all these sort of canal side properties, which we'll have a look at in a bit more detail shortly. Two nice bottle kilns there. They are being developed by Ben Bailey Homes, and Ben Bailey are developing that part of the site over there. But we're going to continue our look now at the City Waterside development. That's the rear of the apartments there, and I think it's a very contemporary looking apartment block.
Yeah, it's as I say, I like the wood panelling in it. It softens, complements the render by softening the lines, in my opinion.
I think as well, looking at the properties, that even though some house types are the same, it all actually seems like they're all different, doesn't it?
They all blend well together. It doesn't look like one of the same type of house all along the street.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, like you say, all these, even though these are the smaller family homes.
Some have the projecting sort of roofs over the doors, others don't.
Now looking at these designs now here, as you can see, looking at these designs now, these look really, really nice, don't they?
They do. They're,
like, you wouldn't believe they're family houses, would you?
No, they're more like executive apartments.
Yeah, they do, and obviously they look out onto the canal there. One of the most expensive properties to buy on here was this building here with the round section there on it. That's a really unique little house that is, and I don't think they had to hang around for that to be sold, did they?
No, it's really quite desirable.
There's a little look back at the street. Again, we've got another apartment block there, as you can see. That's basically again a mix of the social housing, and again, here we go. Brilliant example there. Look, Richard. Brilliant example of how old meets new here.
Yeah,
you might think, oh, that's a very nice little apartment block, that is, but this, to me, that's the issue with what's going on at the moment. Do you?
Yes, it's not picking nice if you bought into that nice apartment and you have this to look at.
Yeah, exactly. Or they could be just be converting it into a bedroom.
It could be.
Just going on now over the estate. I was just joking there. I was just giving you a little bit of a tease. You can see on top of there they've got that really nice balcony up the top there. Look.
Yeah, it looks like a roof garden.
Yeah, very nice. That's quite architecturally stunning, isn't it?
I've never seen that on the development.
Again, every house is a little bit different, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all got its own individual character.
Now look at these here. These they look huge, don't they?
Yeah. Projecting front of the balcony at the top.
Yeah, really, it's really nice.
You have to hand it to Keepmoat Homes.
Yeah, Keepmoat Homes have got they have got the magic ingredient, haven't they? I think that's fair to say. And again, we've got that huge apartment block now. And just standing outside it looks massive, doesn't it?
It's very imposing.
But I bet you get a fair sized flat in there.
I would.
Don't you?
Concur with that. I'd imagine a good floor plan inside of it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that is the Keepmoat development. We were just going to see if we can actually get round the back of the development. No, it doesn't look like it.
This is a private residence only. You get a nice little seating area out back here.
Yeah, we're going to try and get down onto the canal now and go and have a look at Redrow Homes' debut development. It's Richard and Steve here signing out. New Homes Historian. Hello, this is New Homes Historian, now walking along the canal, and we're just going to have a look at the Keepmoat Homes development, which is along the canal side here, along the Coldham Canal. And then what I can notice straight away, have you noticed they've kept the old wall in there?
Yeah, it looks like it's been cleaned up a bit as well.
Yeah. Do you know one thing I don't like, Richard, and I've got to be honest with you?
A dirty brick.
No, I don't like seeing piling.
they've obviously done that for a reason. There must have been.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I can see why they've done it, but you know, what does it take to? Does it look better rusty or not?
I don't know. I think maybe if they had to pile, could they have not clad it maybe in some treated kind of wood, so that it doesn't have to look like piling.
But it is a nice development, isn't it?
Yeah, granted, you don't see obviously the piling from.
No.
And in the summertime, I'm sure it's beautiful here with the canal boats going past.
Yeah. It looks quite nice up there. It looks like they're having work done up there, or they're having work done, aren't they?
Yeah. I think they had new decking put in, or they're back decking in.
Oh, we missed out on that job, didn't we? Look at this bulging wall here.
Oh, yes.
Oh, these two little bottle kilns, look, overtaken by nature.
But they still look nice. I found with pigeons at the top.
Yeah, I'm really struck by this one. I think it's the best we've seen so far, isn't it?
Oh yes, it's a lovely development. It's definitely somewhere I was looking to buy here. I would definitely choose here.
I don't think the canal's actually too bad now as we're going up to it. You know, it's we're going into now sort of Emma Bridgewater territory now. Right. Well, that's New Homes Historian signing out. It's Steve here, New Homes Historian and Richard. We're in City Waterside today, and we're now going to look around the former Redrow Homes development known as Debut. Debut was a concept developed by Redrow Homes, bringing townhouses and affordable flats and apartments, you know, and they were sold for, you know, pretty keen prices. And we're just going to look around the development now of this debut development. What's your first impressions, Richard?
It's not as nice as the Keepmoat one. It's looking more on the cheaper side.
Do you think they look cheap?
They do, yeah. The bricks, that quality to me.
You can notice they've got these little alleyways in between them. None of them have got gardens.
Yeah.
There's only, I think, the odd one or two that have got a garden on the development. And it's just basically, as you can see, it's just basically full of these little courtyards at the back.
Yeah, it doesn't really have the character. It's the Keepmoat development we looked at earlier.
Yeah. You know, a bin store over there. Does it remind you of a council estate, like a 60s one?
A little bit.
It's like a bit of rabbit warren-y, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got no real character. Face like.
You can actually see the future, can't you, of the quality. I mean, if we go to that, if we have a look at this render here. Okay, that's been built about 2 years. What do you reckon in about 8 years? What's that going to look like?
It's going to be very stained, perhaps a bit chipping off its peeling away.
Yeah, this is it. And even like things like the features here, like these, they just look. This sleeper finishes and stuff. They just look tired, don't they?
Yeah.
The footpaths are all looking.
Grubby.
Yeah. And this is it. You know, this was the Redrow's vision. You know, post Steve Morgan of what people want to live in.
It's certainly not somewhere I'd choose to live if I had the money.
You know, it does remind me of me living in particularly in Brookside, in Telford. It does particularly remind me of those developments with these parking courts everywhere, little underpasses.
Yeah, it doesn't feel homely at all. It feels sort of stark and cold.
I can imagine the concept initially, like these big wide streets look. I can imagine the concept initially was quite exciting.
Yeah.
But do you really want a garden with that? Do you really want a house without a garden?
No.
Let's go down here, mate. There's quite a few houses in this development, isn't there?
Yeah.
So it's really how the project, you know, how the development's matured over time. But you know, as the concept, you know, in Redrow's time was a good idea. I wonder whether it's stood the test of time now.
I don't think so. Again, we got to just the start, the metal staircase and concrete steps.
Yeah.
It's starting to feel more and more like the council housing.
It does. You just have to look at that up there. Look at this. Just look down here. Let's just look under this. Now just take a look. You've got this. Look at the ceiling.
It's already
all damaged.
Yeah. It's all
well, Steve Morgan, I have to hand it to you, mate. You come back at the right time. You agree?
Oh yes, most definitely. You don't see these kind of developments anymore.
But in hindsight, it's the development's relatively new. I mean, you know, we've got cheap pea gravel. Look, cheap pea gravel used in communal areas.
Just feel common.
Yeah. So we're just coming to the end of the development now, and we're coming to back into the normal designs of houses that Redrow do. There is your average Redrow street scene.
Nothing that jumps out and says by me.
It isn't, does it? You know, I honestly think, to be honest with you, I think Redrow's got it wrong here.
Yeah.
You know, the development, to be honest with you, if you couldn't, just because you pop round this way, the development tells a story because they tried many different things to sell these houses, and they weren't a big success. And the fact is, it was on the due in the slump as well. But if designs look good, people will buy.
I have
you know.
to concur with that.
Now we're just going to nip down here, right down the bottom. There's a big building there that's all being redeveloped currently. We're just coming down here. And then you want, that's quite, like you say, there's nothing really jumps out and goes, grabs you and goes, oh, look at this, it's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah. It hasn't aged well, as you say, it's a young development.
It is, it's actually, in relative speaking terms, it isn't an old development, and when it ain't an old development, and this is kind of what we've got, you know, this is kind of what we got. I mean, this land here, this where this fence is, that was actually meant to be Redrow's land as well. But I think there's a sort of fear of desperation on this development. Anyway, we're going to conclude now. If you could grade this development for a living, what would you grade it? I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10.
I'd give it a 5 out of 10. No real character here.
No, I think this is not what City Waterside should be about. Agreed?
Agreed.
Richard and Steve signing out.